Isaiah 14 says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." Here we see the fall of Satan. Let's not focus on the details of the Gan Eden or Satan's consideration that there was nothing higher than God, but rather in his desire to be like the Most High. If we turn our attention to Genesis chapter 3, the same fallen angel now ponders with Eve, "For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as God, knowing good and evil." You see, God could have finished Satan, but there is an ethical paradox here. God is almighty, but in his justice, he cannot simply exterminate anyone who does not agree with him. He has the power, but decides not to do so, as it would be contrary to his nature. God is not a dictator. We perceive that Satan's desire was still latent. In his plea, he says, "If you eat, you will be like the Most High." When Satan was removed from heaven, God put him in a place in the presence of other beings, Adam and Eve, so that they could then solve this divine paradox. Adam and Eve had the answer to a celestial problem. If Eve had said at that moment, "Yes, I could choose to try to be like the Most High. I have free will for this attempt, but I choose to follow the plan He drew for me," Eve would have solved the problem she was created to solve. Humanity has the purpose, through its existence, of judging Satan, showing that no one compares to God. We must resolve this ethical paradox of heavens. We were created to solve problems. Problems give meaning to our existence. Moses solved problems for the Israelites. Aaron solved problems for Moses. Jonathan solved problems for David. Ruth solved problems for Naomi. We were created for the purpose of solving problems. What problem can you solve in the heavenly world? Look at yourself. Look at your capabilities and even weaknesses. What problems were you designed for? No one has to prove or read a sports car's owner's manual to know that it was built for racing, or that a big truck was built for haulage. It is in its design. The purpose of your construction was to solve a specific problem that only you can solve. Romans chapter 11:36 says, "For of Him, and through Him, and to Him are all things, to whom be glory forever. Amen." Don't expect for the sports car to solve the problem with the transportation of supplies. Don't expect for the big truck to win the race. Use your God-made design to solve what's within your reach. A sports car, a truck, what is the purpose of each of them? One solves a speed problem, another solves a transportation problem, but both solve a problem. 2 Kings chapter 5 tells us the story of a great general named Naaman. We talk about the mighty prophet who told him to bathe in the river, but the story doesn't start there. It all starts because a servant, a girl, realizes the disease that afflicted Naaman. He was covered with leprosy, and the girl says the following to her mistress: "Would God, my Lord, were with the prophet there is in Samaria, for he would recover him of his leprosy." A worthless servant, a slave of war, but she had been drawn to solve a problem. No one else in the entire empire was in the position that girl was in. She had the intimacy with her mistress. She was at the right moment to listen. She had the solution for a problem. And because a girl recognized her place in God's plan, the king of Syria asks for a favor and sends gifts to the king of Israel. The war hero gets healed. A general recognizes the true God. All because someone understood his purpose. Adam was just a man of clay who was used to walking among celestial beings. He did not recognize that so little Adam had the answer to eternity. What is your design? What problem you alone can solve? This is your purpose.